This is it, the main event of the evening. Mike Tyson versus Roy Jones for the WBC, whatever you want to call it,
do
title.
more training. So
glad you could join us. Glad you're in the house. Welcome. This is BWTM Sports. Let's get the overlay off. Right. This is BWTM Sports. Here we are for Mike Tyson. His return after 15 years out of the ring to fight Roy Jones Jr. We'll be doing the live commentary right here for you. Don't blink. It might be over real quickly. So let's get that update out. While you're in the room, don't forget to rate, subscribe, leave your comments in this section. Smash the like and subscribe button. Let's get on to what's going on now. Let's take you over to Jones versus Tyson, or Tyson versus Jones. So they're just talking to Mike Tyson at the moment. So those people are in now. Let's get a hands up. Let's find out where you are in the house, where you're talking from, where you're speaking from. Reese Mason says the ring looks very small. Yes, it's going to suit Mike Tyson, definitely. Captain BS. I thought you said you didn't want to see the two old guys fighting. You see what I mean? You see what I mean? You don't want to see two old guys fighting. But yeah, now. Lovely boxing fans. So we're just waiting for Mike Tyson to fight Roy Jones. I don't know how much longer they're going to eat this one out. But anyway, those people in the house and in the room at the moment, please let us know where you are from the room, where you are in the house, where you are watching this broadcast at the moment. We're just waiting for Mike Tyson, Roy Jones. Shout out to everybody across Twitter, across Facebook, across YouTube, and across Twitch. So Twitch, YouTube, Twitter, and Facebook. Shout out to you all now watching this broadcast. Just waiting for Tyson versus Jones. Okay, they're having a live performance from St. Jin at the moment. What have you thought about it tonight? How's it gone for you tonight so far? Shout outs. Let's do shout outs. Where are you in the world at the moment watching this broadcast? When you're in the room, smash the like button when you come into the room as well, of course. You're going to get live audio commentary of the fight. They've got some guy in here, I don't know who it is, jumping around, making a performance. So I don't know. I've actually liked the way they've set the thriller out tonight. A thriller. Yeah, I've liked it tonight, to be fair. I haven't watched all the boxing. Too busy talking. But yeah. So where are you all from? Let me know where you are from tonight. And who are you putting money on? We're going to put a quick bet on Mike. I'm going to put a quick bet on Mike. So just getting this ready. So this guy's singing at the moment, just putting a performance on, waiting for Tyson. Okay, right. Mako GA. Okay. Watching live from Birmingham. Shout out to Birmingham. Davison. Shout out. I'm going Tyson. Me too. Easy. Tough no part. Go on. Yes. Shout out to Davison. Let's give Davison a shout out. On it'll probably be on Twitter. So Instagram on Twitter. So shout out to Davison, Captain BS, who basically is watching it from Birmingham, who said he didn't want to watch two old people fight, but yet he's watching the fight. Davidson's with Tyson. I'm with Tyson too, probably. And I'm for Tough No Part. Great. Well, I'm talking to you live from London at the moment. Newham, to be precise. So I'm in London at the moment, just here looking after mum during this lockdown. Barra in Furness. Where is that? Is that up Scotland way? Shout out to Barra in Furness. Oh, Jackie boy, Tyson. Yes. What part of where you from, though, Jackie boy? Check out our live commentary of Dubois versus Joyce. Joyce winning. Tyson always says Chinny Flint on Facebook. Manchester UK says Paul Chadwick from Manchester UK. Shout out. Oh, Jackie boys from New York. You got to be, if you're from New York, you got to be going with Mike Tyson. Shout out to those. Just want to see who's in the house and where you are. What time's the Mike Tyson fight? Well, just waiting for this guy to stop singing. And once he stops singing, I think we're going to get Mike Tyson and Roy Jones. So any moment. This reminds me of kind of like Germany, where they put the singers on in between the fights. They're kind of doing that, but at least the singers here. Well, I don't know. Some of those singers were all right. Those rock bands they had when Klitschko used to fight. You remember those days where you have to listen to all these performances? Well, yeah. I think Roy did a bit of it as well for, when fights were on in Russia. So, yeah. Don't forget to hit the like button. Of course, if you smash the like button, it helps us. More people pick up the channel and subscribe. Please hit the smash subscribe button as well. Did you see the Jake Paul fight? LOL. What fight? Texas, USA, Tyson since I was a little girl. Angela Washington, shout out to your question. Are you doing AJ versus Pulev? Absolutely. I was there for AJ1 and AJ2 of Ruiz. Yep. Tyson all the way, Birmingham, UK. Prince Alexander, shout out to you as well. The fight better be worth the bags going on under my eyes, or they're both getting smacked. Says Cheslin Nichols. Shout out to you. People on Facebook, I'm going to ask you the question. How did you get to know about this broadcast tonight? Because I'm getting new faces coming up on Facebook now. And shout out to you all that are in the house, that are on Facebook tonight watching this live, that are maybe I don't actually know personally. And it's great. So I just want to say a big shout out to you, Chesley Nichols. Yeah, it'll be worth it for what it's worth. We're on Sky. Patrick Gallagher says we're on Sky. What do you mean you're on Sky? How can you be on Sky? Fights on BT. How can you be on Sky? Unless I'm missing something. So yeah, just let us know where you are in the world watching this. You came up on my search in UK. Oh, fantastic. That's great stuff. We searched live screens on Facebook and you came up. Thank you very much. Appreciate that. New York City. Oh, bro. No, bro. No, bro. It's boxing. There's no bro time. This is boxing time. Mike Tyson. That's all that matters tonight. Bro, you'll have to wait till tomorrow. Austin, Texas. In the house. Shout out. Grenada. Are you actually going to watch the fight early? Are you going to give me something else? South Wales. What part of South Wales are you in? Because I used to live in South Wales. I lived in Cardiff. I lived in Canton. I lived in Fairwater. I lived in Ely. Yeah. In fact, my old trainer was Ronnie Rush. He was also the trainer of Barry Jones, who's actually the commentator on former WBO's super featherweight champion of the world. Who do you think will win? I think I'm going to go with Tyson. I just don't think that Roy will get out the way of the punches. North Colorado in the house. Yes, we'll see USA. Team Tyson, of course. In the house. Hello, says Patrick Gallagher. Who won? The fight ain't started yet. Wales Carmarthen. Oh, well. Great to see Carmarthen in the house. Shout out. Hey, is it true I just heard that Wales has just been going on lockdown again? I heard it's just gone on lockdown. Another shout out to my friend in Wales. I've got to get her name. But anyway, she knows who she is. I haven't seen her for 15 years. Reconnected on Facebook recently. So big shout out to you as well. Meow. Thank you. Meow to you back. Meow meow. Plymouth, yes, England. This pay-per-view's embarrassment to boxing. Can't believe I'm staying up to watch it. The contradiction of boxing fans. Hey, I'd rather watch this than half the stuff that Matchroom put out. So, yeah. The Swamp in Florida. Yes, shout out to Florida. Who do you think? What do you think of the Joyce Dubois fight, mate? Exactly what I thought. Dubois was going to quit. Nope, we're still kicking and going. That's what I like to hear. Where can I watch it? Try Crack Streams. That might help. Look out for Crack Streams. New York, New York. Big up South Wales. Absolutely. Bridge End. Wow. I used to love Newport. We used to have a nightclub, a 2-floor nightclub in Newport. I used to go there when I lived in Cardiff. Tyson all day, baby. Watching from Wigan. Come on, Tyson. LOL, says Captain BS. Now, are we going to get the ring walks now? Is that Snoop Doggy Dogg there? Smoking weed. He's smoking, right? And he's singing, and he's got smoke. Why have you ever seen a boxing event where you've got Snoop Doggy Dogg smoking, you sitting on the ring post smoking? How dumb is that? The two fighters are going to have to inhale that now. I'd come out and just punch him. What's he doing? You could just take the center of the stage. You could dance. He's sitting on the stage. He's sitting on the ring post, right? Or ring apron, smoking. What kind of idiotic thing is that? Mate, just sing about Just Eat and be done with that, man. Damn it. How stupid is that? Come off the screen, man. When I see Snoop Doggy Dogg now, all I'm thinking is Just Eat. And I've just eaten, quite literally. I had some jerk chicken and rice. What do I think of the Jake Paul fight? What fight? That wasn't a fight, was it? Was it a fight? It's with Kafila was blazing earlier too. Oh my gosh. Yeah, but that's not good for the fighters, can it? Or not? Maybe they're blazing so Royal get the he'll be a passerby and smoking. So the show is sponsored by some weed, apparently too. Yeah, it is. Mike Tyson's Atoka. Don't know what you're talking about, mate. Tyson's probably smoking weed in the back. I know the club. Where you live now, mate? I live in London. I live actually by the sea. But yeah, I used to train. Ronnie Rush was my trainer, and I was going to turn pro under Ronnie Rush. Yeah, I was going to have my debut was going to be in the Welsh and in the stadium. I used to work in the stadium actually. I was one of their assistant managers for their bars. That was a time where England were using the stadium. Is it Millennium Dome? I can't what they called it again. It was quite Millennium. Oh, it's many years ago. That's when the stadium was first built, and they held the FA Cups in Wales. Do you remember that time? Tyson got huge weed fans in it, farm in it. Oh man, he's singing too much, man. Come off the screen now, man. I don't want to hear about Just Eat. Come off. Is he singing about? By the way, is he singing Just Eat by any chance? Oh, come on, man. Come off the screen now, man. You was gonna go pro. What happened, bro? Chronic fatigue syndrome. I had it when I turned over with Ronnie Rush. I'd been boxing with chronic fatigue. Didn't realize it. All the time I was fighting, I boxed with chronic fatigue. And Ronnie had faith in me. He believed I would have been a better fighter than Steve Robinson. Robinson became world champion. James Elliott thought that he could have made a decent fighter of me as well. That was Klitschko's trainer, and now Vlad Tsarenko's trainer. So who knows what would have happened? But yeah, looks like Snoop is performing his whole album. I bloody well hope not. Yeah, when Wembley was getting rebuilt. Yeah, of course. Tyson Lennox Lewis would have been nice. A little bit before my time, mate, but very interesting, pal. You're welcome. Not a problem. Not a problem. But yeah, I don't know who's at the gym anymore. I don't even know if Ronnie's still alive. I heard that he had dementia or something like that. Last time I heard. Snoop is still singing. Oh, what is he doing? Oh my God, what is Snoop doing? All I remember is Snoop Doggy Dog, Snoop Dogg. That's all I know about that. And just eat. All I could think about watching Snoop is just eat. For those who don't know, what weight class were you? I would have been light welterweight. Welterweight. Yeah, Steve Robinson was a good fighter. When I arrived, Ronnie Rush, who was my trainer, his wife died the night I arrived, so it was awful, and it was like a curse. The whole that trip was cursed. And then after that, I went in to do promotional work. So I worked at Berlin's. I worked at uh, Evolution, Revolution. No, it was Evolution that was on the nightclub on the bay. Worked at a sports cafe. I remember used to having to work at a sports cafe, finish at like 4 a.m., get 2 hours sleep, and then go for my run. And then Ronnie would be charged behind me with his little car, and he made me. I mean, one morning he made me run. We were running through like a little village, or was connected to Ely, little village, and then we were running through this village, flat road, and then he said, "Run up," and he made me run up and up and up, up, up. That's a mountain, so I got to the top of it, and when I got to the top of it, my legs were absolutely gone, no oxygen, and I had to run down. He says, "Run back down." My legs are gone. Experience, man. What experience. Snoop Soul Man. Let him live. Yeah, man, I want to watch Tyson. I've been up all bloody night. I did Dubois versus Joyce. I can't do this no more, man. When is when is the fight gonna start? As soon as Snoop comes off the stage. Snoop's come off the stage. Right. Now we're getting close to fight time. We're getting Roy Jones. Do you know what? I've watched Roy, yeah. I actually think Roy Jones is genuinely scared of Mike Tyson. There's something about Roy's behaviour that makes you think he's actually scared of Mike. I think Roy's scared of Mike. I think he's real terrified of Mike. That's what I think. And I just wonder if Roy's going to lose it, like mentally, before he gets in the ring. Because Roy, if you look at Roy's career, he's never fought anybody like Mike Tyson. The closest thing Roy in his career could have fought like Mike Tyson would have been Nigel Benn. That sort of savagery, that sort of come forward, chuck bombs all over the place, and can generally punch. Nigel Benn would have been the closest thing that Roy would have fought in his career to like savagery. You know what I mean? Don't care about your boxing ability. You're just going to come out and try and take your head off. You know what I mean? I don't think Roy ever fought anybody like that, to be fair, in his career. He fought skilled boxers like James Toney, but not guys who went out savagely to try and take your head off. Mike's a different situation altogether. Ding, ding, ding. Power says a sports guy. He's already takes himself into boxing. Terrible mindset to walk into the ring with. Yeah, I got right. I watched the last sit-down interview, and his whole demeanor changed after the stare down. That's what I'm saying to you. I think Roy's shitting himself. Don't know if I heard of him, but you remind me of Big Nasty. Is it just because I'm black? Oh boy. Did he fight John Davidson on my way off? John Davidson. He might find John Davidson. I think he did. No doubt. It's a sports guy. Ding, ding, ding. Let's get it on. I think Roy shit himself. That's what I think he do. I think Roy's going to totally shit himself when Mike gets in the ring. If Roy's scared, all you need to do is rewatch Kevin McBride fight a few times. Remember, that was 10 years ago. Wouldn't you be terrified if it's Tyson, to be fair? Yeah, I would be. If I was that terrified, I wouldn't fight Mike. If Roy can make it past the third round, he's got a chance. RJJ don't want it. You must have forgot. You must have forgot, yeah, about Roy's chin. That's it. About getting past the third round. I want to see the first lash that Roy Jones gets hit with by Mike Tyson. The first punch. That's what I want to see. You don't look anything like nasty Wagwan for that racism. Yeah, I know. You know how it goes. You know how it goes. There's always one, mate. There's always one. RJ's not bad on the defense fight, but Tyson will overpower him. Now, because what Roy will do, strategically, what Roy's done all his career, he gets the ropes and he does that on against the ropes. You can't do that against Mike because Mike will come around the sides, he'll cuff you around your sides, and he'll come right for the middle. He'll go to the body and bring the uppercut right for the middle, a smash for the guard because Mike hits that hard. R.I.P. Tupac. One thing, he would perform instead Snoop Dogg if he were alive. Could you imagine if Tupac were alive? My God. Alfie O'Brien, that's one of the reasons. But check your laugh, then check his laugh. What time's Mike fighting? This is taking long. Well, I'm sorry, I'm not in control of the stream. I'm not in control of the fight. Do you know what? I think Israel Adesanya is quite a good commentator, to be fair. I think he's very good, actually. Did anyone listen to Israel Adesanya? I thought he was really good tonight. Made some really good comments. Now, Sugar Ray Leonard's talking to Ranello. Mike's uppercut is devastating. I just think if Roy backs himself to ropes against Mike, the fight is as good as over. I can't see Mike beating Roy. I can't see Roy beating Mike unless he's in the center of the ring. He's got to have set in the ring against Mike, and maybe catch him coming in with something. But what has Roy got left? That's why. What was Mike got left? They're still talking, man. Damn it! Look, these guys are going to come up till 5 a.m. in the morning at this break. Where were you tonight? Mike Tyson fought Evander Holyfield the first time. This is annoying. Here we go. Main event of the evening. Here we go now, people. Mike 54. Joe's 51. Last fight was 6th of the 11th, 2005. Roy's last fight was in 2018. So Mike hasn't fought since 2005. Wow. Mike's turned pro in 85. Roy turned pro in 89. Longest winning streak was 37 fights Mike Tyson had. Roy had 34. Longest KO streak was 19. In title fights, Tyson's 10-4 and Roy's 18-8. 8 KOs. That's the numbers right there. So again, we're still waiting here. They're just still talking. My word. They are milking this out, though. My apologies. I thought this would be longer than this. Tyson's a monster. Ain't racist for letting you know you look like somebody. Oh, sorry. Enjoy the fight, innit? Let's go. Mike's second round for the win. Yeah, I think so. I think Mike could stop him in the first, to be honest with you. Royal try and stay center ring, use the jab, keep Mike on the outside. That's what he'll try and do. We're still waiting for this fight to happen. I think as soon as we've still got Sugar Ray talking at the moment with Ranello. Right, I think the fight's about to start now. I think. Looking by Reynolds' body language, I've got everything on silent, so I don't know. They're looking outside. Here we go. Undisputed heavyweight champion from 1987 to 1990. 22 his 44 KOs came in the first round. Average fight 6th of 11th, 2005, defeated by Kevin McBride, round 6. Let's talk about how Tyson started his career off. Started a career with 19 consecutive knockouts, 12 in the first round. He beat Trevor Berbick to become the youngest heavyweight champion, 20 years and 150 days. 1996, and 1988, Fighter of the Year. And he was, of course, I repeat, undisputed champion, heavyweight champion from 87 to 1996. 3 years, undisputed heavyweight champion of the world. I remember the days here when they were trying to get Marvin Hagler to move up to fight Mike Tyson, when they were thinking of Hulk Hogan fighting Mike Tyson. They were just wanting to find someone to beat Mike Tyson because he seemed invincible. Lee Foster says, Roy just got common sense, healthy fair. He knows the danger and reality of what is he getting into and knows he can't afford to get hit, etc. He isn't deluded, he's realistic. He's been stopped by a lot of lesser punches, so he ain't going to go in there cocky with no fear. He needs fear. I agree with you, Lee Foster. Some very valid points there, and I mentioned this at the top of the hour about the whole situation with Mike Tyson and Roy Jones. Roy Jones getting knocked out by guys who are lesser punchers. So anyone who thinks that Roy's going to stay in the pocket and take Mike's punches can forget it. Marvelous, Marvin, knew better. Never said you're racist. I said your comments was. You said he looks like Big Nasty when only resembling factor is the skin color. Do you need glasses or do you think all black people look the same? Okay, great. I don't want this to end up being a race war tonight. Let's just keep it boxing, people. But yeah, whatever he was meant to say, let's leave it right where it was. I'm not offended by it. It is what it is, isn't it? Right now, Roy Jones, his resume: 1988 silver Olympic medalist, voted most outstanding boxer tournament. To be honest, he should have been the gold medalist. Started his career with 17 consecutive knockouts. He held the title at middleweight, super middleweight, light heavyweight, and heavyweight. He's the first former middleweight champion to capture the heavyweight title since Bob Fitzsimmons in 1897, and he was the fighter of the decade for the 90s. There you go there. That is Roy Jones Jr. Yeah? How'd you like that for you? Clearly the fight hasn't started yet, Joe Blow, but yes, I'm good. I think we're getting there now. And then we've got Snoop Dogg on the panel. And I don't know what Snoop Dogg is doing, but he's just talking on the panel. I don't know. This is just getting well drawn out. I wonder if they're going to start the fight at 5 o'clock. Who was it? The Korean guy who stole the title? Yeah, it was the gold medal. I remember. Yeah, it was the Korean guy. Well, Roy beat the crap out of that guy. He still got a gold medal for it. I think Alessandro has been really good tonight as a commentator. Really good. And for a guy who's actually a UFC guy to come into boxing and talk so eloquently and know his stuff about boxing, got a lot of respect for Alessandro. He was really good. He's been really good in commentary tonight. And then you look at someone like Stephen A. Smith, and you're like, oh my gosh. I like the way Alessandro speaks. I really do. Just tells you as it is. Shout out to anybody who hasn't had a shout out yet. Let me know where you are in the world. I will give you a shout out as we wait for Mike Tyson, Roy Jones to make their way to the ring. I think we're there. Oh, come on. What's Snoop talking about now, man? Gosh. They're dragging this out so much. Why are they dragging this out so much, people? Beg. Los Angeles, California. I can tell you some stories about Los Angeles. Well, I'll start. Well, first of all, I went to... Shout out to Los Angeles, California, by the way. I went to Los Angeles, California, and I stayed... I will stay in Santa Monica. Love Santa Monica. In Santa Monica, I went to Johnny Depp's nightclub. I went to Venice Beach, Beverly Hills, got Beverly Hills mobile number, I remember. We're back in the early 2000s. No, early 2000s, went to America. Great time. Bring back Jim Lampley, Larry Merchant. No, thank you. Shout out to Texas. I was in Texas the year They had that big flood because went to go and see Errol Spence and Derek James. Never got to see them in the end. They're making millions. They're milking the hell out of this. Of course they are. West side of LA. Yeah, shout out to West side of LA. Spent a little time. I used to get the Greyhound. I got the Greyhound from East LA. Actually, I went to East LA on a little. I went to East LA. I went through Compton. I was actually looking for a particular church there called the Frederick K.C. Price Church. And I went there. My word, I didn't know I was walking through Compton at the time. And bullet holes in all these shops. And the place looked completely deprived. And at the end of the street, there's this massive church. It looked like a military base, yeah? It looked like a military base. And it was, you could see there's lots of money invested. And you look at all the area around, it's got complete poverty around it. I'm like, why would you put a church here in complete poverty? Incredible. Viper Rooms, River Phoenix. Okay. Hello, awesome. Yeah. No, also with. Oh, we go. Here we go. Here we go. Here we go. The fight is on now. Roy Jones, ladies and gentlemen, good evening. Roy Jones making the walk to the ring now. Roy making that walk to the ring. Face mask on as well. Why have you got face mask on if you've been tested? There we go. Roy up the steps. Roy comes. Ring being open for Roy. In comes Superman Roy Jones Jr. or RJJ. You must have forgot. Roy Jones is ready. Has Roy got that fit? Look at his eyes. Has he got that ready to go? Look. Is he ready for Mike Tyson, Roy Jones? Michael Buffer. Three, two, one. Here comes Mike Tyson. Oh, it is. Black boots. Trim. Black boots. Little thing covering his top. Like the old days. In comes Tyson. Like the old days. In steps Mike Tyson. The former undisputed heavyweight champion of the world is in the ring. And Mike is ready to go. He's pumped. Tyson is back. But what of Tyson? It's a small ring, so Roy's going to have not much room to move. And if his back touches the ropes, that will activate Mike Tyson. He's got to stay in the center of the ring, keep the jab on Mike. It's an exhibition match. For solution. Let's go. That's it, people. Let's go. Okay. Who's this now? Not somebody else going to sing, is it? Camera's getting closer and not singing the national anthem. Oh my gosh. Now we're getting the national anthem being sung, I think. Neo. It's painful, people, just painful. Now Roy's been knocked out in the first round before. He's been knocked out late, he's been knocked out early. Who remembers his fight against Danny Green? Danny Green hit with punching. Oh my dear me. I don't even want to talk about that fight. I stayed up all night to watch Roy Jones fight for him to get knocked out by Danny Green. Yeah, they're in the ring now. Expo match. Ty won't kill him. Just slap him a little. You showing the fight or just talking about it? Somebody let him know. Okay. That's it. Thank you, Neo. That's it now. Here we go. The main event of the evening. Legends. I've been talking about this for months. Well before this fight was even made and thought about. I said we should have a Legends League. I just hope it goes well tonight. 2 minutes using 12-ounce gloves. Scoring by the WBC. Does Mike look concerned? Does he look emotional? Don't know what Mike looks like. Is Mike, what is going through Mike's head at the moment? Chad Dawson, Christy Martin, and Vizzy Pazienza are the three, and the referee is Dre Corona. What a name, eh? You've got 3 celebrity judges. All should know a bit about boxing. Okay. Oh, let's get ready to rumble! Okay. I think introduce first. With a record of six fights, 9 losses, no draws, with 47 KOs. He is Superman Roy Jones Jr. Jones Jr. And in the other corner, just announcing Roy Jones Jr. there. Mike looks like he wants to cry. With a record of 50 fights, 6 defeats, with 44 KOs. He is the former undisputed heavyweight champion of the world, Iron Mike Tyson. Tyson. Roy looks worried. Mike looks worried. They both look worried. Or is Mike just considering all things? Is Mike considering all things? What's going through Mike's mind? Let's see now, the head-to-head. Right. There's Roy. He's looking at Mike. Wasn't too much there. Here we go. For one night only, Roy Jones, Mike Tyson. It isn't on Fight Night Champion. It's not mythical. It's happening. Jones Tyson for the WBC something belt. Who cares? Talk about Tyson can beat Anthony Joshua. Here we go. Round 1. Mike Tyson. And Tyson comes out. Head movement. Bouncing. And Mike double jab from Mike Tyson. Roy Jones set the ring. 6-minute jab. Mike again. Fast left jab. Roy moving round the ring from left to right. Mike inside. Grucks to the body. Left hook to the right from Mike. Mike again moving his head. Trying to slip inside. Mike again tries to slip inside. Missing with left hook. Slips to the right hand. Mike Tyson. Again, Mike. Slips the head. Body shot from Mike. Roy loose. Trying to fight off the ropes. Mike slips him in the body, and it slips the body, and Roy holds Mike up. That's it. Roy again with the jab. We're using lots of movement. Whoa, big left hook there from Mike Tyson. Roy took it, just. Again, Mike working inside, just digging the body of Roy. Roy doing a lot of chicken movements there. Throws the jab. Lots of movement from Roy, but Mike digging the body inside. While Roy holds. Mike is still digging on the inside. Roy takes a deep breath. He's talking to the referee. Roy's looking at Mike. Roy throws the jab again at Mike. Mike throws the jab himself. Mike's jab there pushes Roy back. Roy against ropes. Here goes Mike again, and Roy just ties him up. Mike, and tries to walk Mike back. Mike holding center of the ring, and they're holding one another. Again, referee says break. Mike again resets. Mike slips the jab. Again, Mike slips the jab twice, and Roy comes in and holds Mike. Mike tries to push Mike back. Mike pushes him off him. Again, Roy, end of the round. Mike goes back to the corner. Mike goes back to the corner. He's walking back and forth, and they finally get a stool for Mike Tyson. Mike sits on the stool now. So a lot of talk about whether Mike Tyson could fight with the best heavyweights in the world today. Mike did land a few shots there. He did catch Roy with a shot. But I think Roy might have been pulling away from the shot. Okay. Round 2. Coming up. Mike versus Roy. Round 2. Roy sticking out the jab. Mike slips in. Left hook to the body. Left hook to the head. Mike leapt out for round 2. Mike trying to work on the inside there. Roy tying him up on side. And then Roy trying to work a little bit on the inside himself. Mike coming out a bit more ferociously in the second round now. Roy holding Mike up. Roy trying to hold with one hand, trying to fight Mike on the inside. But Mike, referee says break. And the referee has a word with both of them, and they continue. Again, Roy on the jab. Roy trying to keep it on the outside, use his feet and dance. Popping the jab. Trying to dance and move and keep away from Mike, making sure his back don't touch the ropes. Mike just looking at Roy. Mike just looking to follow Roy around the ring. Mike slipping, but not landing. Just slipping, Roy. Roy making Roy slip. Oh no, right hand on top for Mike! That was a big right hand there from Mike Tyson, and Roy holds Mike. Don't think Mike put full power in it, but Roy got hit clean there. Whoa. And Roy's holding Mike the inside. Using the old holding tactics that Evander Holyfield used against Mike. So Roy's walking away from Mike, as he does all Roy's joints. And Mike goes in close, tries to close the range down there. Mike is tied up again by Roy. Roy is using the holding tactics we used to frustrate before. Body shot there from Mike on the inside. Roy trying to work on the inside of Mike. Roy does a little combination inside to Mike. Roy doing lots of holding. Again. Roy with the jab on Mike. Look, left up for Mike. Left to the body. Left to the head. Then a body shot from Mike. End of the round. And Mike tries an arm punch after the bell. And Mike touches Roy. As if to say, look, I'm sorry about that. Mike is getting ever so closer to Roy. He's getting ever so close. There you go. There's Mike there catching Roy. Every so often, Mike is catching Roy with these shots. There was one right hand he caught Roy with. I thought, I don't know how Roy took it. But I don't know if Mike's putting full power in them shots. Because vintage Tyson would have knocked Roy out. Left hook there. The mistakes Roy's making, Mike is actually capitalising on them. Left hook again from Mike. Mike's come out again with a bit more oomph in his work. Like he wants to go at Roy doing the rabbit, kind of like, not rabbit punching, but sort of short little skibbity paps on the inside. Mike tries a left hook there. Roy's leaving his chin in positions where he shouldn't be against Mike. The two grab and tussle on the inside. Roy looking to hold Mike and frustrate him on the inside. Don't know if that'll frustrate Mike, to be honest. We'll see. Oh, good shot, Mike. Throws the uppercut into Roy's belly there. That was a good shot from Mike. And is Roy cut? Or is he dazed? Ref says continue. Right, that was a good shot from Mike. Now Roy's turning southpaw. Have you ever seen Roy Jones fight southpaw before? I haven't. I thought what he was doing was okay. I think Mike exploded one, slipped under Roy and hit with an uppercut to the body. And I don't think Roy liked that. Roy's looking to hold Mike on the inside, Evander Holyfield style, and not allow Mike to work. Mike for a combination, just missed Roy there off the ropes. Oh, Mike left hook to the gut again. Up inside there. Roy trying to throw a combination. Mike slipped under and threw left hook to the body. My word. How's Roy taking that? I don't know. Roy's holding Mike against the ropes. And Mike just springs off the ropes there. Roy holding Mike there. Roy's done a lot of holding. And trying to walk Mike back. Again. Roy's got his hand down by his side. Trying to slip and move and end it around. Roy is gassed. Mike by KO. Round 2. Skibbity paps. You have to use a bit of skibbity paps, bro. You have to use a bit of skibbity paps. Definitely. Shout out to Tony Baker, by the way. The king of skibbity paps. If you don't know who Tony Baker is, you haven't lived. Get yourself on Instagram and follow Tony Baker. He is the man. When it comes to comedy, when it comes to voiceovers and animals, hell yeah. Roy looks tired, though. Honestly, he does look tired. It might be mental, rather than physical, knowing that Mike Tyson's after you. This is round 3. Mike versus Roy. Round 4, in fact. Mike versus Roy. And Mike explodes out for round 4. Again, Roy holding him up on the inside. Mike watching Roy just moves his head there. Roy tries to bounce around Mike there. Roy popping the jab, moving from side to side, popping this sort of jab and then moving away. That's all good. Mike tries to get Roy against the ropes again. Roy's against the ropes, digs the body shot in. I'm telling you, vintage Mike Tyson. Roy leaves his chin in the wrong spot. Mike's gonna land one. I'm telling you. That's what he's looking to me at the moment. Mike being pushed back by Roy here. Just for a minute. Body shot there from Mike. Referee's warning Roy about holding on the inside and hitting. Mike again moves. Again, Roy's on intent of just holding Mike. Mike hits Roy inside with a short right hand. Mike slipping. Use the jab, then to the body. Left hook again. A right hand from Mike to Roy's body there. He slipped Roy there and hit him with 2 right hands. And Roy walks Mike back. Again, Roy just holding Mike up. Roy don't want to fight, man. Roy just wants to showboat a bit. Mike, again, pushes Roy off. Wants to work a bit. Mike works 2 to the body. 2 short hooks on the inside. Now another hook digs another hook inside to Roy's body. Roy getting his head, Mike getting his head involved as well. Mike wanted to work on the inside. Roy don't want to fight. Roy don't want to fight. And he looks exhausted. Roy don't want to fight. And why can't they get the chairs set for Mike, ready for Mike? What's wrong with him? What kind of incompetent team is this, man? Roy looks like he's out on his feet. Roy looks proper gassed. Proper gassed Roy looks. But you would get gassed if Mike was hit with them shots. You know, Roy's really sucking air. Really sucking air. But then body shots would take it. You know what I mean? Then body shots would have an effect. And why is this guy still on my page asking if he's this guy international superstar? Take him off my screen. That's it. There we go. Mike's ready for Roy, man. I think Mike can knock Roy out. This is round 5. Double jab Mike and a right hand from Mike Tyson. Roy don't want to fight, man. Roy just doesn't want to fight. You know what Roy reminds me of? The way he's fighting, like the way Buster Mathis fought Tyson. Tyson slipped 3 of Roy's jabs. It just tells you what Mike would have done with Roy back in the day. The way he's slipping Roy's jab. Again, nice left hook there from Mike. Roy, hands down by side, dancing. With hands low away from Mike. Then Roy trying to work on the inside with one hand and then tap Mike on his body. Well, it's like Roy wants to come dance. It's the wrong show, mate. Oh, nice little combination for Mike there. Literally, not joking. Roy's like skibbity-pap, trying to skibbity-pap Mike Tyson on the inside, right? And hold him. That's that hold. I don't know if this is the strategy from his team, hold Mike Tyson. Mike needs to bring an uppercut in. I'm telling you, to bring one upstairs. Zoom one upstairs. As Roy thinks he's going to the body, Mike needs to bring one right upstairs. Roy's peeing me off. Honestly, Roy's really peeing me off. I know he's fighting for this. Oh, good right hand there from Mike. Roy tried fire. Oh, Mike almost hit Roy with a left hook there. Roy's standing in front of Mike. He's standing in front of Mike Tyson. Roy throws a jab. Mike slips and then boom, the left hook again. Roy's holding him up. Roy's really cheesing me off tonight. He is. I know he's fighting to hold and stop Mike. The way you break Mike's rhythm is to hold him and tie him up. That's what Evander Holyfield did. But Roy's just wanted to hold as part of strategy to break Mike's rhythm, stop Mike from getting into any sort of rhythm. Roy again. Mike tries to throw 3 punches. Hey, that's Mike in a combination here, Mike. A left hook. Oh, left hook. Mike Tyson there. That was nice. Oh, they're trading now. End of the round there. Ooh. That was getting tasty. Mike was getting a bit tasty there. He has a little walk around again. Roy's sitting on his stool. Mike's still waiting for his. What is it with Mike in his corner? Why won't they give Roy? Roy really looks exhausted. He's got 2 rounds to go. Roy looks exhausted. He looks absolutely shattered, Roy Jones. People say Tyson was going to get gassed out. But is Roy the one getting gassed out? Does Mike look gassed out to you? Mike, I'm telling you, that last round, Mike looked like he was getting on top of Roy there. But the thing, I know Roy's got to use the strategy where he's got to grab and hold. I get that, but okay, this is round 6. Is Mike going to try and stop Roy in the last 2 rounds? Because so far, Roy's been quite happy to hold Mike and hit him on the inside. Mike wants to have a fight, it looks. Because Roy, he gets a nice body shot by Mike there to the body. Nice body shot there. Referee says keep it up. can see Mike wants to go to work on Roy. He does want to go to work. Mike throwing little punches on the inside there. Roy tried to skibbity pat, but it didn't work this time. Roy trying to take set the ring and tries to throw a jab, and then again ties Mike up. Roy again stands in front of Mike, tries to pop the jab. That don't last for long though, because Mike kind of walks through the jab. And then Roy ties him up. Mike wants to work on the inside. Mike actually wants to work. Roy don't want no part of this. He don't want no part of what Mike's looking to offer. He's like, no, I don't want any part of that tonight. I'm just going to tie you up anytime I get a chance. Roy smiles at Mike. Or left hook, right hand, Mike missed there. And Roy smiles at Mike again. He bounces from left to right. Roy not make himself a target there, by just moving. Mike moves his head really nice there, Mike, tonight. Roy slipping from left to right. Again. Now Roy trying the old cock move here, and he gets caught with a tremendous right hand by Mike. And a left hook. I don't know, Roy's trying some of the stuff he used to do back in the day. And Mike kind of walks off. Why are they taking so long to get Mike's stool up? I'm going to ask. When Roy goes back to the corner, his stool is ready. It's a good fight so far. I'll tell you, this fight is better than some of the fights I've watched on recently. Yeah, it's 8 rounds. Roy ain't quitting like Dubois. Roy's not wanting to fight. Do you understand? Roy don't want to fight. Mike wants to fight. I don't know if they're going to score this fight for Roy, you know, because the way I'm looking at it, Roy don't want any part of Mike Tyson. Not the way he's fighting. You don't want any part of it. I want Mike to put a 3 or 4 punch vintage Tyson together. That's what I want to see. The camera's away from the fight. I can't see anything. Now they're zooming back in again. And Roy's holding Mike. 2 rounds to go. This is round 7. Is Mike going to land one of those big shots on Roy? Oh, Roy tried for a combination there, and Mike slipped him. What's it? 1, 2, 3, 4 shots with Mike inside. Roy trying to go vintage there, but Mike slipped all of them and got inside. Roy trying to razzle dazzle Tyson. Tyson inside. There goes Mike again. Roy's trying these skibbity pats, but it's not working. This ain't for the middleweight championship of the world, Roy. That's not good. That skibbity pat stuff's not going to work with Mike. Mike walks straight through him. Roy's lucky. Mike is mellow Mike Tyson, because old school Mike would have knocked Roy out a long time ago. There's Mike again, gets inside. This is mellow Mike Tyson, man. Roy tries good body shots inside there for Mike. I just love Mike just for 1 round, just to do something vintage. Roy's trying to stick the joint out. Roy's turned southbound orthodox. Again. Mike again. Mike's looked good tonight, you know, for 54 years old. He's looked good. Mike back again. Back on Roy. To the body, Mike. Slips again, Mike. Mike's made Roy slips from Roy's shots. Slipping Roy's shots. And again, Roy makes a miss. He jumps off the ropes, Roy. And Mike tries to get in and around. Roy again back to the corner. Let's see how long it takes him to get the stool out this round. A bit better this round. Mike's fitness has been really good, to be fair. Roy's not wanting to fight. Straight up, Roy didn't want to fight tonight. Roy's come and stick the joint out. Of course, It's a great fight. I'm still under the Master League. Jordan says, including you. What do you mean, including me? What are you including me for? I don't know what you're talking about, mate. I've not got a clue what you're talking about. But anyway, let me get back to the commentary. This is the 8th and final round. Can Mike give us something vintage in the last round? Yeah, Mike, give us all you got in the last round, Mike. It'd be nice if you could get a knockout win over Rory in the last round for all his skibbity pap and holding and cockfighting. That's what it's been. Roy Jones has been cockfighting, skibbity papping, and holding Mike like he's his dance partner. I think when Mike said he was looking for a dance partner, I think Roy misinterpreted that. Roy literally wants to come dancing or dancing with the stars. Mike needs to make Roy see some stars. Mike again trying to make the fight happen. Roy looking to hold and grab. Oh, Mike trying a right hand there. Again, Mike trying to fight on the inside. There we go. Roy trying for a combination there. Now Roy's going to start playing. Oh, Mike picked his leg up to try and almost kick Roy like he's taking the mickey out of Roy in his cock game. Roy just leaning on Mike. I wish Mike would just land one of them vintage right hands. Come on, Mike. Just land a vintage right, please. I'm begging you. Yeah, that's it. 2 body shots, that's it. That's it. Break a few ribs at least. That's it, Mike. It's not I'm hating on Roy Jones. It's just that. Come on, Mike. Come on, Mike. I'd like to know how they're going to score this fight, though. Because Roy's all he's done is want to hold for the most part. Nice body shot there from Mike. For a guy who's not fought for 15 years, Mike's looked pretty good tonight. Mike's saying something to Roy. Come on, fight, man. If I were Mike, I'd be peed. I'd be peed right off. End of the fight. I think it's the end of the fight. Mike did really well. And Roy's the one that's fought more recently, yeah? Well, Mike's the one who's finished the fitter, the fresher. I think Mike could have done 12 rounds easy there. That's what it looked like to me. Roy's gasping for breath. This in itself for Mike Tyson is a victory. Do you understand? Him coming back, losing all that weight to come back after 15 years of not fighting, to come back and fight again. Tremendous, tremendous, absolutely tremendous. You're welcome. You're welcome. I thought Mike Tyson did really well tonight. He's back all right. Mike did all right tonight. I'd like to see Mike get a couple more fights, man. I really would. I would like to see Mike Tyson fight again. I don't care too much about Roy Jones. I'd love to see Mike fight again though. Mike, I don't know how you scored a fight, man. How do you score the fight? I don't know if he. I don't know if. I don't know if Mike's still got the same sort of punching power anymore, or it was just he didn't catch Roy clean enough, or Roy was holding half the time. I hope Mike won the fight though. It'd be great to see Mike come back with a win. So he said. Taylor said go for the draw. Come on, Mike. Come on, Mike. Come on, Mike. Get your hands raised, mate. Don't teeth the guy up, man. Roy didn't want to fight tonight. Come on, Mike. What's going on now? What's this? What are they doing here now? I can't hear what's going on. Was this X Factor shit or what? They're going to the four judges to ask what they think. What, are they going to push a button to say who won the fight? What the hell's going on here? So what's going on? Somebody tell me what's going on. Mike looks confused. Is that Russ Abner? Ross is pissed. Mike's pissed. Mike's pissed. I don't. Mike's pissed at something. He looks pissed. He looks confused and pissed. They just cut to Mike and he looks pissed. Mike losing on his own show would be great. They cut to Mike and Mike looked completely pissed. So I don't know what that was all about. If anyone can tell me. Everything being tallied up. Okay. Mike looked pissed though. I don't know what Ross Amber was saying to Mike, but they cut that clip real quick. Mike was pissed with Russ Amber. I don't know what he was pissed about. Roy didn't want to fight, man. Roy didn't want to fight. He just wanted to hold Mike. A showboat. Mike wanted to fight. Okay. So now what's going on? They've got both men outside the ring. And now what's happening? Let's see what Mike's saying. I don't know. Mike's saying something. I don't know what Mike's saying. So Taylor was absolutely right. So so Taylor was absolutely right. He turned around and said that this fight would end up being a draw. He was absolutely right. 2021, Mike Tyson, Roy Jones Jr. 2. I think they're going to do it again. I don't think the next time they'll be very interested as with they've shared the ring with one another. I think I'd like to see Mike fight someone else. You know, would you want to see Mike Tyson versus Evander Holyfield? It was a draw, people. It was a draw. I hope you've enjoyed it. Mike Tyson versus Roy Jones Jr. Thank you all so much for tuning in. If you haven't already, please do hit the subscribe button, smash the like button, hit the notification bell. Guys and girls, smash the like button in the YouTube house so people know that you like the video. And the more you like the video, the more we get seen on YouTube. We really appreciate you. But it was fun. I enjoyed it. I will tune in to see Mike Tyson fight again. Mike Tyson looked really good tonight. He really looked good tonight. I like what Mike is. And for him being off 15 years, I'd like to see Mike get back in the ring soon again and fight regularly. You know, I like what I saw of Mike. So I'm really excited to see Mike fight again. Maybe get a rematch with Danny Williams. I want to see Tyson v Briggs. No, I definitely don't want to see that fight. Tyson v Oliver McCall, maybe. Tyson versus James Toney, I'd like to see that. Maybe Tyson, Chris Bird. Maybe Chris Bird might want to bulk up and come back to heavyweight. Tyson versus Eddie Chambers, maybe. Don't know. Tyson versus Klitschko. I don't know. We'll see that, but hey, if Klitschko decides to make a comeback, as I'm sure he will do. Who knows? Klitschko. I know a fight I'd love to see. Deontay Wilder, Mike Tyson. I wouldn't mind watching that. I wouldn't mind watching that. Tyson versus Wilder. I'm watching that. Taylor, mate. Taylor made me. You're right there, mate. The draw. You're absolutely right. Tyson Ray Mercer. We won't get that because Ray Mercer told us recently it wouldn't happen. All Jones did was hold. That's true. All he did do was hold. Tyson Lewis, I don't want to see that. Lennox Lewis can stay where he is, man. Forget Lennox Lewis. You know what? I'd get Mike in shape, right? And I'd throw him in with Joshua and I'd say to him, you know what, mate, just give me the best 3 rounds you got. And if you can't knock Joshua out in 3 rounds, then forget it. Tyson too, that'd be good. Yeah, that'd be a good fight. Right. Tyson versus Bo. Nah, I don't know about Bo. Joe's inside, so in real good condition. You're absolutely right. You're absolutely right. I think Joe's was feeding body shots. I'm telling you. Imagine if there was a 3-round fight. Well, I mean 3-minute round fight, and that was 10 rounds, and those were 12-ounce gloves. Imagine if Mike was sitting with them 10-ounce gloves. That was a money fight. We got played. Mike looked like he wanted to go again, though. Mike looked like he wouldn't mind fighting Rory again. But there you go. Well, that's it for me. Again, don't forget to smash the like button, smash the subscribe button now, and hit the notification button now. Thank you all so much for watching. I hope you've enjoyed the videos tonight. Dubois quit, as we said he would, and Mike Tyson and Roy Jones draw. I enjoyed it, and I definitely tune in to watch him again. Good night.